I'm someone who does believe that gaming is for everyone. It shouldn't matter what your gender is, what your sexuality is, what your skin color is. You should be able to enjoy a product simply because you're interested in the gameplay, the characters, the story. But of course, there are plenty of people out there who love to virtue signal and they love to talk about the LGBT community and they love to talk about how diverse their games are. And now the new voice actress for Lara Croft is saying that she's for everyone, the girls, the guys, and the gays, in an attempt to virtue signal. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I am a woman who has always loved video games. I have loved the Zeldas, the Halos, the Gears of War, the Call of Duties. I've also loved more feminine games, will say. I used to absolutely love Cooking Mama. I personally have a deep connection to something like Spyro, which is more family friendly. Of course, Nintendo games. I love all different sorts of games, but I have never once said, I think that this would be so much better if it was made for a different audience. I would never want something like Halo to change so that they can market it to more women, because then you're losing the essence of Halo. There are plenty of women out there and plenty of gays out there and plenty of lesbians out there who have sat and said, I like this product for what it is, not for what it could be. But there are so many activists in the industry now who want to change everything to be more inclusive, even though games already are inclusive. And by changing something, I don't know, like Gears of War, to appeal more to women, you're not actually going to make it appeal to more women. You're just going to lose your male audience over that. And now we have Alex Wilton Reagan talking about the girls, the guys, and the gays. Now, I have actually been pretty excited for Legacy of Atlantis. I'm interested in what we're seeing. We are seeing quite a bit of sex appeal. I do think that her body proportions are still a tad toned down, but they haven't shied away with the outfits that we've seen, with the camera angles we've seen. I think the action looks pretty good. From what we've heard, I am pretty intrigued. But things like this only make me way more skeptical and make me wonder, in this reimagining, what else they're going to change. Now, this clip has gotten a lot of attention online over the past day or so, and I'm just going to play it, but it makes me worried.
And she doesn't. And one of the best feedback that we've had about this game and the people who are playing the demo is the men are getting this confidence, this kind of Lara Croft charisma and sheen. It's not just one for the women, it's the girls, it's the guys, it's the gays, it's everyone's loving it. So,
and it is true, there are plenty of people out there who have been excited for this, but to specifically do something like calling out the gays and saying, oh my god, they're so hyped for this, it just comes across as so ingenuine because it's Pride Month, right? So she's probably told you have to make like some kind of statement. Maybe this is truly what she believes and truly how she feels. And I don't think that this is a game killer, right? I don't think that this statement is, oh my gosh, so controversial that this is a reason to not buy it. If you feel strongly enough about this statement, 100% feel free to not buy it, hold back your funds. I always say be cautiously optimistic, and of course, do not pre-order games if you can help it, because you never know what the game is going to turn out like. But to sit here and say this just doesn't make me any more excited, and it just makes me more skeptical. Like, congratulations, you're saying games are made for everyone when they always fucking have been. This isn't something that's new. This isn't something that's unique. You're not like changing the industry by saying the gays can play this title and the girls can play this title. She also explains further into this interview that it was something me and my girls were talking about around the new year, and a couple of people came up with unapologetic, and she says, I think I had this interview and I got asked by the guys at Amazon, what is the word for Lara? on the spot, I just went unapologetic. She's so completely confident in herself, her abilities, her brain, her body, her being. She just doesn't question herself. And I think, particularly as women, we spend a lot of time questioning ourselves. She doesn't. And maybe there are women out there who do. I personally don't, because I just don't give a fuck what people think about me. I have my opinions. I have my take. I am who I am. And I guess that would be considered unapologetic, but to like sit here and make this about being a woman and women's struggles and so many women question themselves is just kind of weird to me. Now, yes, I do actually think that the word unapologetic could be good for Lara Croft. She is supposed to be at this point in the story pretty confident in herself. She is supposed to know what to do and how to do it. I just hope that this doesn't mean that Lara Croft is not going to ever think about anybody else, like her father, for example, and think about his words and his wisdom, or that she completely disregards the people around her and what they have to say, because they are extremely important in her journey. And so, yeah, when you just hear that, like, she's talking about the gays and how, oh my gosh, I have this large LGBTQ following, it makes me pretty nervous, especially with the rumors that have circulated that one of the other games that they're doing, Catalyst, is featuring a older, who knows if it's bisexual or lesbian Lara, but she is going to have some sort of relationship with another woman. And I really, really hope that they are not going full on into a gay Lara Croft. I think that would be one of the most controversial decisions we've ever seen in the history of video games. My God, we would see massive boycotts, we would see massive backlash. And Lara is a little bit flirtatious in general in nature. And I would be fine if they went the more Bayonetta route, where she is a little bit more spicy with, some of her dialogue with women. Like sometimes Bayonetta and Jean would sort of flirt back and forth with each other, but it was more like playful, cattish humor. I would be fine if Lara did that with another woman, but to put her in a full blown relationship with a woman would be massively controversial. And because this clip has gotten a lot of attention, you do have people saying, haha, yes, another incel crying and throwing a fit. Each one fills my heart with warmth and my soul with vigor. Yeah, you're pretty lonely, so I understand you're desperate for some kind of attention. But you also have people saying this is really, really rough. I do like a lot of the outfits that they're putting in the game. It does seem that they are leaning into sex appeal. I am happy to see it. I do think that she could have, of course, been a little bit bustier, but do I think that she's awful? No, I think that the facial model that they went with and her face design is really, really good. That's just my 2 cents. It is what it is. Gonna have to agree with you. I was giving it a bit of a pass at the beginning, but my inner absolutist is gonna step in. They don't get my money. They need to accept what sells and not destroy the original design by decreasing bust size. I don't care what these angry little Karens try to say to defend their actions. This misogyny of giving women smaller breasts is not going to fly with us. Despite Lara's so-called chest reduction, I'll give the new Tomb Raider a chance when it gets released, because based on the gameplay footage I've seen, it looks solid, and Lara Croft looks herself for the most part. On principle alone, just from hearing this lunatic talk, I'll stay away from it. There will be a booby mod, no doubt and true. You shouldn't have to mod a game, though, to get the experience that you want and the experience that you expect. And of course, I will end up live streaming this when it releases, because this is part of my job. I try to highlight games for you guys so you can decide if you're going to purchase it or pass on it. But there is quite a lot to be worried about right now. I do think that this statement is going to turn quite a few people off. I just really, really hope that this is all her just kind of yapping and not foreshadowing for the future of Lara Croft's sexuality. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.